Hi, YouTubey dooby duties. Today I want to talk about a bilateral salpingo oophorectomy. I want to share my story about having one, talk about what it is, why someone might need one, and what my experience was like having it done. So if you're going through this, thinking about it, I hope this helps you feel less alone and more informed. So what is a not bilingual, bilateral salpingo oophorectomy? It's when you have your fallopian tubes and your ovaries removed. Why would someone need the surgery? There's multiple reasons. It could be because you have endometriosis. It could be because you have chronic inflammatory pelvic pain. It could be because you have ovarian cysts. It could be because you have ovarian cancer or you're at risk of getting ovarian cancer. The reason why I got my tubes and ovaries removed is because I had ovarian cysts. So I felt something was a little bit off inside where my ovaries were. So I went to the gynecologist and she sent me, I think it was an ultrasound I had, and it came back with cysts on both ovaries. And then 2 months later, she sent me back for a recheck because typically cysts on your ovaries go away on their own. And my cysts did not go away. She said that they were extremely small and that I should not even be able to feel them because they were too small. But guess what? I did feel them. That's why I went to the doctors in the first place. So I just want to say that you should always advocate for yourself. You know your body better than anyone. Like the doctor told me I should not be able to feel them. Well, I felt them. So anyway, since I was going to have the surgery, I really wanted to get my uterus removed too. This was in 2020. So at that time, I was, I don't know, like around 51 years old. So I don't need my uterus anymore. And I really wanted my uterus gone because my mom had uterine cancer, stage 2 uterine cancer, when she was 54 years old. She did not die from that. She has passed on since, but she did not die from uterine cancer. But my doctor refused to remove my uterus. Looking back, I really do wish I pushed harder. As I said, always advocate for yourself. I did not in that instance, and I wish I did. But what they did instead of removing my uterus is they sent my mom to a genetic specialist to check for an inherited mutation. And since my mom did not have that inherited mutation, they felt that my chances of getting uterine cancer were extremely low. So basically, the surgery itself, let's talk about that. Um, Honestly, the surgery was not bad. So if you're scared of getting the surgery, please do not be scared of getting the surgery. The surgery itself is not bad. The scariest part for me was anesthesia. I'm terrified of anesthesia. I'm scared that I'm going to aspirate while under anesthesia. I let my anesthesiologist know my fear. I was like shaking and my armpits were soaking wet 'cause I was so terrified of anesthesia. My anesthesiologist was amazing. He gave me like an anti-nausea patch. He held my hand. He told me he'd be there every single step of the way watching me. He just made me feel totally comfortable and totally calm. So I knew that he had me. The procedure to get the tubes in the ovaries was laparoscopic. So they make these itty bitty, I don't know, maybe like quarter of an inch incisions. I think there were three of them, one around my belly button for the camera, and then one where each ovary is. So they make these itty bitty incisions. They fill you up with air so they can see inside of you without your stuff being all smushed together. And this way they're able to see and remove your parts that need to be removed. So it sounds pretty easy, but I just want to go over the recovery reality with you. I thought, how bad could this be? It's like three itty bitty incisions, but there were a couple of things that no one warned me about. One of them was arm movements. Moving my arms were extremely brutal. That was the hardest part of the surgery for me. It was like moving my arms forward, moving my arms up, scooping cat litter. I like to iron my pajamas. I don't know. That's just something I like to do. I don't think anyone else, I haven't found anyone else yet that likes to iron their pajamas, but I was not able to iron my pajamas because you have to move your arm forward. And I tried and it just felt like literally like my stitches were ripping inside of my body. So at all costs, I would really refrain from raising your arm up, moving your arm forward in any fashion. The other downfall of the surgery for me was the pain in my upper rear shoulders from the gas, from your lap. When they fill you up with air, the gas ends up rising. So even like a week after my surgery, I remember I went for a recheck back to my doctor and I was like, my shoulder pain is unreal. And she said, there's no way it could be the gas because your body would have absorbed it all by now. I know that there was gas in my shoulders. I was in such severe pain. So I ended up just eating the maximum amount of Gas X, and that made all the difference in the world for me. Like within 12 hours, that gas pain was gone. So I actually went back to work after a week of recovery time. I don't remember what the recommended time is. It might be like a month or 6 weeks or something like that. But I work from home. I just, shuffled over to my office after a week. Everybody is different. Everybody's body is different. You should really listen to yours and you should follow your doctor's advice. So my final thoughts of the surgery is one, please don't be afraid. It really is not a difficult surgery. It is considered a major surgery, but it really is not difficult. It is not as scary as it seems. There's a reason why you're getting the surgery done. So just focus on the positive outcome, the relief the surgery is going to bring you, and focus on your healing. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them below. I'll do my best to answer them from my experience. And I am just from the bottom of my heart sending you so much love, so much light, wishing for a full and speedy recovery. You've got this. Okay, good luck. Talk to you soon.